Here we are. It's been out. Welcome to. Okay, welcome to Big Fuzzy's Transport, the Big Fuzzy Moving Picture Show. I have all the footage for my next video on my phone as I have been making it. What's up? I'm just putting out a lot, as I was saying, all the content for my next video is on my phone, and in my previous the last phone I had, I was able to USB connect it to my laptop and move the videos over. Now they got this where they save it to the cloud instead of your phone, so that you got to pay for a subscription or some nonsense. So, Dustin, um, so I'm just kind of hopping on here to do a little bit of a recap. I have something up this week. I think videos are going to have to move to either Saturday evening or Sunday evening. There's no way anymore. Oh, but anyway, and the other thing, I can't broadcast from my phone either for some reason, which is weird. I had my chair set up. I had my cigars. I was going to do Cigar Saturday sitting out on the deck of my trailer with the sun, beating down, get a little sun on my face, and smoke a cigar and chat with you fellers. It wouldn't work on the phone. So the only way I can do it is I got the computer plugged up to the battery bank, and I have the uh, my cell phone plugged into the computer so that it's charging slow enough, because it won't charge fast enough, or it won't hold charge long enough, because I have the Wi-Fi hotspot turned on my cell phone. I mean, this is this is held together with duct tape and piss and vinegar, basically. So, um, I had my first 2 days were orientation, Monday, Tuesday. So I only ran Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I moved Saturday. Since it's No Kings protest day, instead of doing any of that horse shit, since I celebrate No Kings Day on the 4th of July like a real human, I used this day to advance my load. And so I'm 4 miles from my delivery for Monday morning. I can put in my 34-hour reset. And so I did something to benefit myself today instead of going out in public and screaming into the void. The Blue Eddy, it holds charge good. I'm not confident in this air conditioner because I don't think it's gonna. It's doing fine now up north in late fall, but I can't imagine if I'm in Texas and you know in August that it's going to do much of anything. I I've got the battery that goes with it and the Blue Eddy. Those in combo are supposed to do something, but it's back there blowing right now. See that tube right there? That's where it's coming out. But it keeps it's I can leave it keeps my cooler at 34 degrees or 35, I forget what it is. It'll do that for days. Like I got to orientation on Sunday, did Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And while I did start the truck and move around, everything I did was within 4 miles of each evolution. So that Blue Eddy ran the cooler nonstop for those 3 days. I did when I got here. Sometimes in the evening, I've got it hardwired to the battery. When I do a good long day, charge that up 100%, and that'll run through the night. Yeah, I don't know about the AC just yet. I kind of spent as much as I'm willing to spend until this pays for itself. But also, I mean, we're 6 months away from that being a problem right now, roughly. And so we'll see. Um, the other thing is maybe I can, which is what I just did. I had to take the um, sun blockers out of the side windows because I wasn't getting enough internet in here to operate or do anything. Um, I still have the one in the front windshield, and that's not tearing it up too bad. But the Blue Eddy, when it charges, if I drive all day, it'll charge up to 100%. And it's usually I do when I, or if it's not charged up when I park, I fire up that gas generator. I have it the Blue Eddy's awesome, dude. Yeah, that's a lifesaver. You just got power, so much power. Um, but I saw if it's not fully charged, at I don't know what it is, but like with the gas generator, I ran the power strip, of course, out that vent that's hidden in the cab and into the bed. Plug it into there. So um, I have the now I have the power strip always plugged in. It's just a regular computer cable or guitar amp cable. It's the same kind of cable that plugs into the power strip, and then I can just flip the power strip on and off because the microwave is cable is stretched all out as far as it'll go. So I can't move the Blue Eddy without unplugging the microwave. Now I've got it all plugged in where it stays plugged in, and all I got to do is switch the power strip on and off. But anyway, if I fire up that generator, it'll charge the Blue Eddy the rest of the way up to 100% in like half an hour or less. I guess if it was really low, it might take an hour, but I doubt it. Um, I kind of got sidetracked. Let's see. But yeah, it runs in the microwave too. I'm almost to Green Bay. I'm in some national forest that I can't pronounce in Wisconsin. It's yeah, I can't even pretend to pronounce it. Like I read it and was like, it's but I'm in Marietta, or let me see here. I think I'm in Marinette, yeah, Marinette, Wisconsin. I'm up by Green Bay. I don't know how close, but somewhere close to Green Bay. I'm right by the water, Lake Superior. It was a pretty drive, man. It was like being a leafer up in the Northeast all the way over here. In fact, I stopped at one truck stop that was 30 minutes away, and the internet was so bad because it's out in the middle of a national park that I was like, well, I'm gonna risk it and drive up to this one because you never know, man. In small towns I've been to northern Minnesota and northern Wisconsin before, and you never know what they mean by truck stop. It might be fuel. Like that first place I stopped had like a wide spot, a little gravel, a wide spot that was graveled over, and it was like maybe four trucks could fit there, and I just didn't know how they were gonna fancy me sitting there for 2 straight days. Yeah, yeah. So my foot is killing me, and that's given me I've had to focus on other things, eat ibuprofen and shit like that. So you know, my attitude's gotten a little sour, but I think that's mostly because my throat hurts so bad. But yeah, it's whatever. It's flatbedding. I've done flatbedding before, and I left over the road trucking about 10 years ago, and it's right where I effing left it. So you know, it's not all glory and it's not all hookers and cocaine, but whatever. It's not bad. These guys, This seems like a pretty solid company. They're super protective of their CSA score, which is fine by me. You know, we've got we got to send pictures of our pre and post trip in every day, and they're on top of stuff like that. So you know, it's a well, yeah. If the pay will be good, the problem is I spent the first 2 days in orientation, and so I ran Wednesday. I made $700. Thursday, I made $875. Ugh, and this load's garbage. So I had Friday morning. I got two really good runs. The first one I couldn't make it before they closed, so that canceled. And then the second one, I was going to be able to make it before they closed, but it canceled also. I guess they found someone closer. So they were scrambling. They were scrambling, and they managed to get me this half-ass run back into Wisconsin from Minnesota. So, they hustled. I'll give them that. They didn't leave me stranded out on a dairy farm in Minnesota all weekend. So I'm thankful for that. This is only like 300 miles, but it pushed me back this way. It got me out of Minneapolis. And, I don't mind being out of Minneapolis. That's like Muslim inbreeding and like commie riots. That's all they do now. So I didn't want to be anywhere near that. So uh I don't know if I can remain as politically neutral as you can, uh Justin. But I'm the problem I'm having right now is I'm not finding any of this stuff unnecessary, and I am packed. I wish I could show you. This computer's mounted, but like it's just packed to here all the way back to the gate on my pickup. My front seat is piled up just at where the window starts. My floorboard, like I couldn't bring a passenger on if I had to. Yeah, I bet you do. I don't know, man. I don't. We talked about we think that one guy's a Democrat, but I can't imagine many of them out here because it's just you know it seems like the kind of work that people who work do. But I don't know. Some guy, so like some dude sent a message or posted a message. He was like, "Your videos were better when you weren't posting your music," and I was like, "Well, I've talked to YouTube, and I think that sometime in the near future, they're going to let other people than me get on here and make videos. And when that happens, you can go watch their videos." It's like I'm making the video I want to make, and you can, you know, love it or shove it, basically. I learned in music a long time ago you can't write the songs you think people want to hear because you're more likely to please nobody when you do that. You make the music you want to make and let the people who like what you're doing find you. So that's what I'm doing. So, you know, yeah. Well, whatever. I didn't say that to him. I just deleted the comment because I don't want any static in my comments. But it was just like, you don't have to watch. If this is interesting to you or whatever, and I'm gonna play more of the music. I haven't had. I mean, so I had a recording studio, and uh, Justin, your partner there, he was like, "Oh, I got to meet this dude. He had a record label." Yeah, I had a record label, and it did so well. I'm out here flatbedding. That's how good my record label did. But you know, I just I like to make music, and I like to make the kind of music I'd want to listen to. And if I put it in videos and you don't like it, you can skip over it or whatever. But I mean, our videos are all different. Cows and Campers and Transporter and me and I can't remember everybody's name. Uh, Simplify. I mean, these it's we're all doing kind of the same thing, but it doesn't even it's not really. It doesn't even look like we're in the same category if you didn't know what we were doing. So that we all make our own videos, and because it would be boring as hell if we all made the same video every week. So, but yeah, that's it so far. I don't. What is that? Made 700, 875, and this one's like 500, 525 maybe. So that's 8 and 75 and 25 is 100. So 7, 8 is 50, $1,600 or something. Yours is a sideshow. Yours is good, man. Oh, I just saw. In fact, I just saw the one you told me about. The one you posted 3 days ago. It finally came at my feed. For some reason, all like um, Tennessee Permaculture is my old channel, and I made videos for a minute. But farming, you can farm or you can make videos about farming, but you're not going to do both of those things very well because there's just too much work to do. So I just kind of abandoned it. But Tennessee Permaculture has my algorithm and shows me kind of the videos I want to watch. So that's why I still log into there, and I'm keeping this one kind of clean. So, um, I just I watch videos on tea and permaculture, and for some reason it stopped showing me all. I don't know why. It just stopped showing me all the hot shotters, and I can't figure out why. Because there's this girl that does it. She's out of Colorado. She's kind of fun to watch once in a while, but I don't know if she stopped making videos or if she is not coming up my feed. But I didn't like pay enough attention to get the name of that channel, so I don't even know how to look for it. And then there was the one guy that you mentioned to me, Justin. He makes like 5-minute videos. He's in your group. Uh, his videos never come up until I now went and looked up his channel, and now they're starting to pop up again. But and then there's that other, like, the guy out of Texas who was running HotShot, and he just found a local gig, paid him $800 a day, so he's just running for this one company local, and his videos aren't coming up anymore. So I don't know if everybody's quit making videos or if my algorithm just wants me to watch all that hate and discontent in the political realm. Because whatever, man, that doesn't consume me. It's not like everything I watch is that stuff. I just want normal life again. Who are they shadow banning though? They're not shadow banning that girl. She's from Colorado, so her political leanings. She's young and she's skinny. She's kind of whatever. She's the kind of girl that's got it. Oh yeah, I know you're you're getting shadow banned. You said. I don't know, man. I do know the problem I'm trying to incorporate is I want to talk about hot shotting. I want to talk about Bitcoin. I want to talk about carnivore diet. And I'd like, yeah, that's probably it. And then show music. But that, everybody I know that's successful at YouTube just has one thing, not two or more. So I'm wondering if that's shadow banning or if you got two channels on one channel. Because I know hillbillies would love to watch your farming channel. See, I'm not really a farmer. I'm a hillbilly. Homesteader hillbilly probably be more accurate description of me. Because I mean, I've got a 25 horsepower diesel tractor. That's the extent of my implement. Yeah, one is, yeah. I don't know, man. This is probably the first channel I've done that's made it past video 7. In fact, my Tennessee Permaculture got to 168 subscribers, and this one just hit 168 subscribers. So I'm getting ready to venture into brand new territory for me. But I don't know, man. I love talking about permaculture, but I couldn't make the video, man, because that's sun up to sundown work. For the first five, the design of permaculture is supposed to get easier as the years go on, but the first 5 years of it, it's pretty brutal. So nice, good man. What? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, that's the point of permaculture, and the problem with permaculture is it got um, hijacked by the hippie voodoo commie types, where they all wanted to get an eco village up and running and all live in peace and harmony. Yeah, see, I'm first generation. I was just trying to just establish a farm. So, like, if you can adapt your diet to only eating perennials, then you only have to plant the plants once. And then it slowly stops being tilling and plant sowing and weeding and nurturing the first, and then pretty soon you're just harvesting. And you design it all in a big loop so that you make one lap around the property once a day, and you put everything in order, and then you try to organize it so that um, that waste of this element one, is the input to element two. So, like, um, my dairy cows, when I was milking my dairy cows, we don't drink milk. I made butter, but then I had all the buttermilk and whey, all that left over. Well, that went to my hogs, and then the chickens. My main reason for chickens was pest control, because it used to be if you walked out more than 2 feet out the back door, you were covered in seed ticks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I was working too, and or I would take time off. I'd drive. I took a year when my 40th year. I took that off, and then 49. I didn't make 50. I took that off, and then I do little micro retirements because I can't imagine someday I'm going to stop working and just sit around because I don't drink anymore. So what would I do with myself? But in those years, and plus I'm trying to just kind of get it established so that the kids can take it over and they can do all the hard work, or they can do the maintenance and upkeep, and basically I can just walk around and pick shit. Because once you get all these perennials established, which is not American diet food, uh but so anyway, you got all these inputs, so you take the waste product away from element one, and you put that's the input to element two, and then you move around, because like people don't want to know this, but the most perfect hog food on earth is cow manure. Nobody wants to know that. But and then you want to design your farm so that nothing is single purpose. So, like, you don't want to buy a piece of equipment that only does one thing. Tractors, usually you can switch the implements out on them and all that. So that's what got me into moonshine, was I couldn't figure out multiple purposes for that feed for the hogs that I had to buy. So I'd take that corn and do a little something something with it first, and then set it out in the sun for a day to let all the rest of the alcohol off gas, and then I could feed it to the hogs. The hogs don't need the sugar, they need the protein. So taking the sugars out of the corn didn't even affect them. Oh man, I got way off. This isn't the farm. Man, I'm gonna get shadow banned like you talking about farming. Nobody gives a crap about. So anyway, it was a rough week. So I had all the rookie mistakes. Um, like I got the 4-inch straps, and so I got all my 4-inch straps out, opened up on my first load, threw them, walked around, got them all hooked up. I go to cinch them down, and um, the the hell, I can't even the ratchet hung over the edge of the bar about that much, which is illegal. So then I had to take all those ratchets and straps back off, stow them all back away, and get my 2-inch straps out. That's 20, 30 minutes that shouldn't have taken place. And then, uh, I don't have any kind of system dialed in. So what should take 30 or 45 minutes is still taking 2.5 hours right now, you know? And so that kind of stuff is frustrating. Hopping up and hopping down, having to bring stuff out, having the wrong stuff, bring the right stuff back, getting all my stuff stored according to usage. So like, um, 2 days later, my 4-inch straps were still on top in the toolbox. So and so here and HotShot is such that it's like, um, you get unloaded. They can't unload you until 1 o'clock, and then they call you with the next load, but you got to be there by 3 o'clock, and it's an hour and a half away. And so it's just like run, 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 run. So I was, trying to do little things as I could to rearrange and making sure I try to put stuff away. Um, I'm slowly getting that away. Now I have my 4-inch straps stowed. I could probably use those on like containers where the strap goes straight up. I'm hoping. Yeah, so the bed works. Um, the first night was a little rough till I figured out if I sleep at an angle and I push this driver seat forward, there's a big gap there. But I got this big sleeping bag right here, this winter sleeping bag. If I caddy cornered it so that the point was coming up to me up here, then there was a point down at my feet. And if I tucked it up under, it came up to about behind my knees, and then the tensile strength of the sleeping bag held my feet up. Now I finally got to go to a Walmart and a Menards this morning, and the only thing I got the Menards was a 1 1/16 socket, because that $250 socket set I bought only went up to 1 inch. So I got that for my hubs. They were tight, by the way. So, but I have the satisfaction to know they're tight now. Um, and I bought in Walmart, I bought a couple of pillows to cram down behind the seat so that there's support there. And so anyway, when I sleep with my head up in the back corner and push my feet, well, it'd be the other corner, and put my feet up here in the gap that's created by my seat being pushed all the way forward. It's comfortable. I can lay all the way straight out, and sleep really good. So the bed, it's super comfortable. It's super comfortable. Yeah, I don't think 5'9", you're still gonna have to sleep angled. It's not very much room back there. Um, 5'9", 10, 11, 12, and I'm 6'3" ish barefoot. Yeah, there's more like I would need more than 6 inches to lay straight out. But you're close, yeah. And that bed, man, just watch Goofball's video, or you can see in my videos the frame. It's nothing. I mean, I'm not a carpenter, and luckily James did a lot of the work. He's a savant, electrician, carpenter, plumber, deck builder. But I was trying to pay him. I'm trying to get him motivated to figure out something, because he doesn't want to. He don't want to end up at a factory. He's hard of hearing, and so he can't get a CL. But he doesn't want to end up in a factory, and I don't want him to end up in a factory. Well, that's cool. Then you should see. I mean, there's nothing to it. We put these legs down the middle for extra support because I'm 270 pounds, but I don't think you need them. I think the four corners is enough. And then because that plywood, your weight's going to be so evenly distributed over that, and it's not very long. But if you want to just build it once and be done with it, it'd be harder to take. Like we have to disassemble it to get it out of there. But yeah, it's super. And then that's just the $99. I don't remember if I bought that at Walmart or Amazon, but it doesn't matter. Just the $99 twin match. I'll tell you about this one though. Most of the videos you watch on YouTube, people have to cut long ways down to fit it back in there. This one, it was it could actually be another inch or two wider. It would have been fine. But we thought we were going to have to cut it. We didn't. We just had to cut off the end because it was too long. So it's worked out pretty good. I was going to sit out back on my chair. I don't know if I finished that story. Do this on my phone and smoke a cigar, but I couldn't get YouTube studio. I couldn't get to broadcast on my phone, so I had to come sit in here. So I got my nicotine lozenges, which puts that white shit on my lips. And of course, I'm in Wisconsin, so I had to go in there and buy me some cheese curds. And I eat those, man. Those are good. Cheese is kind of a limited. You're not really supposed to eat a lot of dairy on carnivore, but anyway, I don't know what else. Let's see. The first load was, I forget what. It was 6 rails of, when trains, when they come up to a part where they're going to switch tracks and those rails move, it was 6 of those. So that was my first load. And then my second load was that horseshit, that cut gate, that cattle cut gate. And that one's the one that put me in a foul mood because they wanted it tarped. It was covered in dirt and grass. It had been sitting out in a field for 2 years. They wanted it tarped. And the only way it was stable was to put it on my trailer upside down so that it wasn't flimsy and floppy, which put the feet up in the air. And so even though I used packing blankets on the feet and on the edges and all the sharp corners and all that, there was no way to really secure the tarp down very well because it was misshapen in different sizes and different areas and all that. So to compensate for the fact that wind was getting up under it, I had to just continuously strap it down with more and more bungees. Well, I got it cinched down so tight that it ripped through the packing blanket and my tarp. So the first time I used my tarp, I put 3 holes in it. I was like, oh, that's great. That's awesome. And so that was, when I did the tour of my toolbox, there was a roll of that vinyl tape that's for tarp repair. And that was handy. Having those toolboxes full of shit that people think, well, whatever. I think I did a pretty good job of bringing all the stuff I might need. I even had another one of the drivers. I walked another one of the drivers through my toolboxes and showed him what everything was, and just to say, hey, is this ridiculous, or this is all useful stuff, right? I'm not being just carrying dumb shit just to be carrying dumb shit. And he agreed that everything I had back there is going to be useful at some point, some more than others. And I think I did a good job of storing the rarely used at the bottom and further back, or not as easily accessible. I'm trying to keep everything I might use daily or weekly within reach, preferably without me having to get up into the bed. But that vinyl tape fixed that tarp up nice. I'm not worried. In fact, I'm using the tarp right now. If I could have live broadcast, I could show it to you. Or if I can figure out how to get the videos from my phone onto the computer so I can edit them, then, yeah, I mean, you can't have too much extra stuff. The problem is like I have some stuff stowed under a tarp in the nose of the trailer. Like I have more stuff than I have places to put it at this point. Well, yeah, I don't. Let's see. I mean, I've been trucking for 19 years, and most of that I wasn't just a steering wheel holder. Some of it I was, but I mean, you used to have to carry tools. 20 years. Well, when I got started, I didn't drive for a company that maintained their trucks very well. And if you wanted to make some money, you had to keep that truck on the road and you had to figure out how to do it, you know. So I mean, I hated to buy a lot of those tools again, but like I said in the earlier video, I can't raid the tool locker on the farm because then James wouldn't have anything that he needed. Plus, I can write it off, you know. So I'm not. If I have to pay taxes, I'm firing my accountant because I want in the hole. But this next week will be a more accurate representation, I think. Plus, freight's down the way. I mean, RV. Everybody's telling me RVs are down pretty bad right now. So the fact that even getting a crappy load on Friday, I've been out here 3 days and I've had 3 loads. So we're starting off in a you know good spot. If I run 6 days, because you got Saturday, they try to give you a 1 day run. Pick up Monday, deliver Tuesday, pick up Tuesday, deliver Wednesday. They want to do that, and then on Friday they try to get you a longer run so you can run some of Friday, all day Saturday. You got to stop by like I think 8 o'clock at night on Saturday night. You're good to go at like 6 a.m. Yeah, 6 a.m. Monday morning. Oh, I count my yeah, yeah. I'm counting my blessings. I'm trying. There's a. I'm One of my blessings is my age. I'm a lot calmer and a lot less need to inject my opinions than I was before. There was this girl this morning at Walmart, and she was talking to the cashier next to her. Which, no, this seems odd, but there were 2 cashiers open at 7 o'clock this morning at Walmart. It was crazy. I never seen that. But she was just talking about she had got her DNA run, 23andMe or whatever, and was talking about how she could decipher what traits come from her mom and what from her dad and all the history and all that. And the younger me wanted to say, "Oh yeah, BlackRock and what was it? BlackRock and State Street own 23andMe and all those. So now Black State Street own your DNA. So, and they own Facebook too. So now they can market to you on a cellular level. But because I'm older and nobody asked, I was able to keep that one on the inside today. That's a new step for me. That's a new ability I didn't always have, was to not offer my opinion when not asked. So, but anyway, anybody? I'm about out of stuff to talk about. I guess. Anybody curious about anything that's happened? So, yeah, known sender. Do you run out west, or do you just try to stay in a certain geographic area, or you just go with whatever they can find for you? I'll go anywhere. Hell yeah. No, I haven't even hit 5K yet. I think I just crossed over 3K. Yep, 3,228. I started at I think I was about 1,500. Missouri, those damn red legs. Transporter didn't get the reference. Good old Seth. The outlaw Josie Wales. They in that movie they didn't think much of those Missouri redleggers. So I always bring that. But what part of Missouri? Middle of nowhere? Or are you going to Kansas City or St. Louis or what's that? Cleveland? What's that one halfway across? I love that little town. We used to play there in the bands I was in. Yeah, Columbia. That's the one that's halfway between St. Louis and Kansas City, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, that place was wild. I like their clubs. Well, I mean, that was 2001, so or 2000 maybe. So I don't know and plus that's a college town, so it's probably all gone squirrely there anyway. All the college towns have turned upside down. But back then, that was a place to be. You pull one of those big park models. Well, in and out, yeah, I don't know. St. Louis is going to be your only hiccup. Columbia is not big enough to worry about traffic, but St. Louis, you're going to have to time getting through there, and then it's like 2 more hours. 46 footer, damn. You're pulling with the 450 though, right? Do you take both trucks out on the road or just the 450? Yeah, I think you're like 2 hours to Columbia past St. Louis. When did you say Monday? Yeah, Monday. Fuck. Oh, you taking both out? That'd be nice. That was one of the things I learned in trucking. Damn. Hell yeah. I wish it'd pick up. I'll put somebody in this truck and I'll go do that. I don't need all this stuff with me. Mm. But yeah, in trucking, the idea was you get one truck on the the perfect if I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to work that hard. – 30 and 30. What's up, Jason? Um, but so in big trucking, the optimal way to start a trucking company is to keep your company job, buy a truck, and put a driver in it, so that when that truck goes down, you're still getting a paycheck. And then the second thing to do is to buy a second truck and keep one of them parked so that when that truck goes down, you got another truck to put on the road while that truck gets repaired and you're still getting a paycheck from your company job. And then you slowly can expand it out like that, and then maybe on your third truck, you can hit the road for yourself and you got one spare truck and start building like that. So I wish I had two trucks like you do. I don't know, Jason. Jason, are you RV puller also? Can't see those pictures. I haven't been able to find my reading glasses. I know I brought them with me. Oh, that's cool. What's the advantage of that? Why do you do that? Oh, because, yeah, you're not close to the yard, so you save a little. You're like 3 hours from the yard, aren't you? Oh, even out the miles. That's cool, man. Mm. So yeah, our freight. I don't know, man. I think the dispatch guys are having to work extra hard right now because freight's struggling. But this company has a lot of their own dedicated customers. I think that cut gate, because when I delivered it, nobody there gave any craps at all that it was tarped, and they just set it off in the field again, like where I found it. So I think my company was testing me. 107's not RV. You thinking HotShot? Oh, Horizon does it all too, don't they? What link below? I don't know how to access below. Oh, yeah, you're making fun, right? Hey, buy my Gumroad course, how to start up HotShot in 60 days or less. On sale this weekend only, $69.99. And you'll be in my inner circle. Yeah, so Horizon does all freight. I don't know. I mean, what's your lifestyle? Are you married? You got small kids at home? Or are you solo? Yeah, I guess Gumroad course. Most of the young whippersnappers wouldn't even recognize that. That was early internet. Thing about 107 is, I mean, it's 1099, but they're like, if if you don't want to stay out at least 3 weeks, just don't come here. Wife, no kid. Yeah, are you gonna bring her with you? Oh, well, Jason was saying he either wanting 107 or Horizon. I don't know how Horizon runs you though. I got you. Are you ready to be gone? I think Horizon's a little more lenient on. I don't know that at all. I know Wave, basically you can come and go as you want. Oh, that's right. I thought, okay, so I knew one of the Wave had a. Horizon's the one that they hire you on if you've had anything on your record or something, right? Yeah, see, 107's nothing like that. These guys are, high speed, low drag, hammered down. So it depends on how hard you want to hit it. I want to hit it for about a year because my wife has a lot of family business to wrap up. And I didn't want to be out here sitting in Flying J parking lots all weekend, every week. Well, other than the 34. I definitely don't want to be sitting in a Flying J on Tuesday because there's no backhaul or some horseshit like that. But once she's ready to come out here with me, oh, then I don't want to run like. So this is like my, hopefully, and anybody who thinks they know where they're going to be 5 years from now is lying to themselves. But in theory, this is my last year of running hard as a truck driver, and I want to give it hell, and then kind of go part time after. Well, I wouldn't part time, I guess. Like run. The thing I like about RV would be the feast or famine. Is I can, when there's feast, I can eat. I can run legal and I can run long, and I can use 70 hours a week pretty efficiently. Just because I've been running logs so long and can pre-trip. So, I got that going for me. I tell you what, man, I feel bad for the dudes that were in orientation with me because none of those dudes had the experience. and I bet they are sucking right now. Yeah, but this ain't 107's not laid back at all. And I just imagine these local 9 to 5 and has a CDL, but I don't think he's never run truck, especially over the road. And then there was two other dudes that like have been around it but not done it. I bet they are sucking. I bet one of them. I bet at least one of them's not even gonna be here by the end of next week. Because the only thing that got me through was experience. That was the only thing that got me through. Because there was just I encountered so many problems that if I didn't already know the answer, it would have been impossible to get through. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I never worked. I did haul sand to the fracking in Texas and Oklahoma, but I never got out of the truck except to dump the. I drove those pneumatic trucks. I'd get out and drop the sand, but that's the only experience I have with oil fields, and I don't even know if that's even close. I don't know if fracking is considered oil field or not. I mean, I know that's what they're going in to get, but that may be two different sports entirely. So, I mean, yeah, if you want to run hard, 107, and if you want to have the option, then Horizon. Probably going to cost the same insurance wise and maintenance wise. So, hopefully, this will be. I don't know, though, if this will be my last hard year. I hope so. I'd like to go part time. Or, it's not part time. Part time would be like what normal people call full time, 40 hours a week, 8 to 10 hours a day. That's what we hillbillies and farmers call part time. I don't know why. Yeah, I should have probably, if I was smart, I would have stayed on at the company and just bought this rig and put somebody else in it. No, I bought the trailer. Well, see, the problem with 107 is it was $700 a month to lease the trailer, and it was like, well, shit, I bought a brand new trailer for it's like $350 a month or something. I got two rocking chairs, buddy. I'm a hillbilly. I told you, my hillbilly credentials are solid. Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't even look at 107. They're gonna run you too hard. But yeah, I got two of those Cracker Barrel rocking chairs actually, and let's see. I think I still got them. Hell, I ain't had time to sit on the front porch in a while. I qualified at Wave. I'm literally qualified, good to go. The only thing they needed was my medical card, and my foot hadn't healed enough for me to go get my medical card updated. And in the time from me getting approved at Wave until I was able to get a medical card, I got cold feet because everybody's talking about how slow it was, and then I started calling. I started calling um, all these expedite. Honestly, what I had to do was I had to call every HotShot company until I found a firmly English speaking person to talk to. We don't go out west much. They'll send you out west if you ask them to, if you want to take your downtime out there, or if the load's good enough. But generally, they're really not interested in low paying freight or deadhead miles. They don't want to ask you to deadhead very far. And if they get a super awesome load going out to California, they'll call and talk to you about it and see if you're interested. They'll do the same thing with New York City. They won't just they don't put any load on you, but if you say no to New York City, that's a lot different than saying no to Omaha, Nebraska. you know, if you don't have a reason your logs won't let you go to Omaha, or some legitimate, there's and you can turn loads down, but then they're gonna put you on the end of the list of people to call and find a load for. So they try to keep us in the freight lanes, and the freight lanes kind of move around, but it's generally in the Midwest, basically Texas east. They don't go up into New England a whole lot, but they go up there more than they go out west. They don't go into Florida a whole lot. Oh yeah, you love New York. Shit. Well, I'm not even talking about New York. I'm talking about New York City. They'll send you to New York, up to Buffalo, or anywhere in the. Well, there's not much out in the middle. There's pretty much New York City, Buffalo, and then it's all kind of spotty. I love driving through it, honestly, I do, because it's like colonial America almost. But yeah, I'd go to Buffalo, but I'm not. I used to like when I was in the big truck, and I didn't have to pay the tolls myself. I used to like George Washington Bridge about once a year, just to go see Gotham. Yeah, Tennessee. You guys need to go eat at that Italian restaurant, man, in Lebanon. I can't believe he skipped it. I get it, but I don't recommend restaurants lightly. Oh, that husband and wife couple. And I just found a really good Italian restaurant up in Glasgow, Kentucky. And trust me, that's in the middle of nowhere. But they got I can't remember the name of that store. It's kind of like TSC, but for adults. Um, what's it called? Yeah, I can't think of it. It's a TSC, but for adults, basically, or for real farmers. TSC is kind of like the mall of housewife homesteaders with their little half-acre backyard garden, or half-acre yard with their backyard garden and their 6 chickens. That's where that's who TSC serves. Um, yeah, I've been to Loveless, man. I mean, not in 20 years, 10 years, whatever. Yeah, Rural King. Yeah, so there's a Rural King in Glasgow, Kentucky, which is the only reason we go to Glasgow, Kentucky. And there's this crappy Italian restaurant close to Rural King. And so we were like, their sauce is so awful. It was like, I'm not eating there anymore. It's not worth it. So we went hunting and we found. You are? Where? Bowling Green? Known? Are you in Bowling Green? Or are you the other way? E Town. Well, anyway, if you find yourself in Glasgow, there's 2 Italian restaurants. There's the Gondolier. Okay, they're Gondolier, and that one's garbage. The other one is in an old, used to be chain built a building that used to be a chain restaurant and got shut down. I don't know where Stearns is. I've never heard that. 75. How can you be only an hour away? 75's over there by Lexington, isn't it? Or no, that's up by Louisville. Hey, man, take care. I didn't think I'd be on here this long. I didn't think anybody'd show up. I don't think I got enough. I got the tens of people that watch my videos. I didn't think anybody'd show up here. Stearns. Where is that? Let me see. I grew up in Bowling Green. See where that is. Yeah. Well, I'm right on the border now. I'm in Westmoreland, Tennessee. 75. Oh, 75 cuts across. And then, or is that's 71? What I'm having trouble resolving is how you can be an hour away from Glasgow. And my map won't load. Cumberland Lake, yeah. Okay, wait a minute. I thought Cumberland Lake was in West Kentucky. There's Monticello. Oh, I see where. Okay, dude, you're hell and gone from Glasgow. Bowling Green's an hour from Glasgow, unless you know some. I guess you put the hammer down. So you and I are real close. No, you're over there east of Cookville. See, if you look on the map, I'm west of Lafayette and east of White House. It's not even showing up on the map. I'm basically due south from Scottsville. Yeah, I see it now. I'm on the map here, but I'm just saying that ain't. I don't know how that's an hour from Glasgow. Maybe if there's a straight shot. Oh, wait a minute. Glasgow's okay. Glasgow's east of Bowling Green. I never looked at it on a map before. You may be then. It still looks far away. Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, if you get to Glasgow, yeah, I'm not trying to call you a liar. I was just looking at the map, going, how does that work? That's crazy. Must be straight shot, open roads. Uh, but anyway, that Italian restaurant there is really good. The one in Lebanon's way better though. But still, for Glasgow, you wouldn't think they'd be